Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s talk. So, the next, laptop didn't like that. The next album review is another Def Leppard album review. Hence why I'm wearing a Def Leppard t-shirt. So I've done 2 album reviews so far. Hysteria and their new album, Diamond Star Halos. So I'm going to do another one. High and Dry, released in 1981. It's their second studio album. It's talked about quite a lot, this album, actually, on videos that I've watched when people are talking about albums from Def Leppard. Even like the new album, people are mentioned about this one, saying they prefer it or whatever they're saying about it, but it does get a lot of mention actually. The lineup is pretty much, the Def Leppard lineup hasn't changed that much in comparison to some other bands, but Phil Collen, this is where we first see him replaced by Pete Willis. Well, Pete Willis did work on this album, Phil Collen didn't, but Phil Collen actually appeared on some of the music videos. So technically, it's still Pete Willis on this album, but Phil Collen is on the music videos. But I just thought I'd mention that bit. Reached number 26 in the UK charts. It's gold, status-wise. The album artwork is a guy diving into a pool with a load of faces around him. Yeah. So the reason why I decided to review this album was I wanted to talk about Me and My Wine, the song, because I really love that song. And so I wanted to see what album it was on. Now actually, it's weird because it's kind of on a re-release or something, the actual song. It's not on the main album, or it was on the B-side or something. But actually, like, when you actually look at, if you actually got CD, it's not on there. So I'm just going to, like, talk about it at the end, basically. But I'll just be reviewing the music video edition. So yeah, I'm just going to go straight into the review. So number 1 is Let It Go. I love the guitar. I know I say that a lot, but I do. You know, you watch the music video. Joe Elliott, man, he's so young, so young. They were so young when they started out, this band. They really were. He does the kind of little in there, which is nice. You know, considering how young they were, they wrote some good lyrics. They did. Peter's in this video actually. Savage looks so different. He's got like brown hair. He just looks so different. He does. And Steve as well. Like, Steve honestly looks like so young. So young. But I do think it is the start of that typical Def Leppard sound. I mean, people say that this is kind of Hysteria is more of a poppy rock. And this is totally different, but no, I don't think it is. I think it's the start of Def Leppard sound. So, I mean, I remember I watched a review saying that Joe Elliott in particular, his vocals changed more. He was kind of less kind of high and screechy sounding, and Hysteria maybe a little bit, but I wouldn't say a lot. I don't think that they're total polar opposites, these albums, in all honesty, sound-wise. They're different, but not polar opposites. I think that sound is really starting to build in this album, actually. They were just kids, I wrote here. I bet they had no idea back then. I mean, I've watched interviews of them back in the early 80s, and they literally were just having the best time of their lives, really, with their friends, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a video on YouTube of them where they have had a bit too much to drink, and yeah, if you're a hardcore Def Leppard fan, you probably know the interview I'm talking about. But yeah, I wonder if they know, like, or had any idea back then how successful they would be and how many decades they would be a family house name. Yeah, they're one of the most successful long-running rock bands I wrote here, with a pretty much steady lineup, which is a rare thing actually. And they've stayed true to themselves. I think you could have a conversation with any of them and they wouldn't be like, oh, I'm a rock star sort of thing. I don't think they would be. I'd really love to talk to Joe Elliott. I've always just, I don't know, I just think he'd be really interesting to talk to. Or even interview, that'd be really cool. I brought here, Joe has one of those unique voices, I've said that before. He's filled with kind of... Oh, right, okay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the 80s was filled with unique voices, which made it so good. And I've never heard anybody like Joe. No idea. So number 2 is Another Hit and Run. I don't think I've heard this song. The riff works so well when they all sing Hit and Run. It certainly has the same sound as the other stuff on the album. Something I need to listen to more for sure. The solo in there, guitar solo that is, I did lose a little bit interest towards the end, but I do need to listen to this more, definitely. Number 3 is High and Dry, in brackets Saturday Night, because they pretty much just sing Saturday Night in the chorus. It is the album title. I do know this one. You've got a kick into the sound. It's obviously filmed at the same time as Let It Go. I got my whiskey, I got my wine. I love that line he sings. Saturday Night, it's a good song. It's easy to sing along to. I really like this song. I think the album does have more of a 70s sound than a solid 80s sound, with it being 1981. I actually do really enjoy listening to this era of Def Leppard though. Let's say I think it was the building blocks to their later sound. At the end of the day, any band sound does evolve. It does. If they just stayed the same, well, they wouldn't sell any albums. It's as simple as that. Number 4 is Bringing on the Heartache. This is one of the earliest songs I remember ever listening to. The guitar, honestly, like, it resonates within you. Like, I don't know, I don't know how to do that, but it's really good. It's almost like an eerie sound to it. The whole song is quite eerie. Again, the video was filmed at the same time as the other ones by the looks of it. It's almost a comforting song to me because I've known it for so long. The guitar is quite deep, and the lyrics, I think Steve wrote quite a lot of the lyrics. He was a great lyric writer. I mean, he was a great guitarist, but he was a great lyric writer as well. The way Joe sings No is honestly so hitting. I wrote that. So number 5 is Switch 625. I hadn't heard this one. The bass reminds me of Survivor's American Heartbeat though. I've not heard a song without lyrics of Def Leppard's before, I don't think, an instrumental. And personally, I'm not that big of a fan of instrumentals. I like lyrics, so I can't really judge it really. There is a bit of yelling from Joe in it, so I guess that could count as lyrics. Number 6 is You Got Me Running. I haven't heard this one. There's a lot of songs on here that I actually haven't heard. I thought I'd know more, in all honesty. He goes, hey, hey, at the beginning. It really is Joe. It's an alright song. I need to listen to it more, in all honesty. I like when they sing Oh No. I would have liked to have heard more of that bit, like that tone of singing they do, that bit there. They kept that a bit longer. I would have liked that, because I quite like that sound. A bit of Survivor in there. A little bit. 7, Lady Strange. I think this is quite a popular song, but not a popular song at the same time for Def Leppard fans. Out of all the songs I didn't know, I really like this one. Straight away, I thought I was listening to a Thin Lizzy song. Very Thin Lizzy sounding. Like I said, I hadn't heard this before. The chorus is familiar, however, it's catchy. I think that might be just because it's familiar. Like, I don't know, because it sounds like something from Thin Lizzy, maybe. I don't know, or maybe I have heard it in the past, I don't know. It's catchy. I wrote it's an alright song, but actually as I listened to the song more, I actually liked it quite a lot. The guitar is a little bit similar throughout, I would say. Apart from the end where it does change. It quickens in pace, but I literally wrote here, it redeems itself, the song actually, because of that little different aspect towards the end. I mean, I do understand you get riffs throughout the song, kind of the base of the song. I do understand that. I just want to say that when I say songs are a bit repetitive, I do know that that is sometimes just how songs are. I think this is one which will grow on me, definitely. The chorus, Lady Strange, when that's being sung, it's so catchy. My brain will want to listen to that more, I think. It was stuck in my head last night. It's gone now though, so... Number 8 is On Through the Night, which is a bit odd because I was thinking, hang on, isn't that their debut album title? Which it is, so I don't know why they did that. I hadn't heard this one either. Surprise, surprise. I thought there would have been more I'd heard in the album, which I said before. It's quite shouty, like the album as a whole. I think the songs which aren't as popular, sort of the non-singles, the ones I don't know, are a little bit similar sounding. It's almost like they don't stand out as their own song. They're kind of almost tied together a bit too much. They don't stand out like the others. So number 9 is Mirror Mirror, in brackets, Look Into My Eyes. I can really hear the bass in this song. And I think Rick Savage is a really good bass player, which I really like the bass. And I like, in particular, Rick Savage as a bassist as well. The beat is very intriguing. I like this one. It has a modern sound to it at the same time. It is different, the Def Leppard in a way, overall. Joe's vocals are Def Leppard sounding. The riff goes on throughout the whole song, but it's a pretty good riff. So that's fine. Again, those backing vocals really remind me of Motley Crue. There is a guitar layer on top of that riff towards the end, which I like. I like guitars being layered, not just one. So number 10, the last song on the album, is No No No. It's quite a lot. I don't know if it's just because I was listening to it late last night, but it's quite a lot. I'm not really sure if I like it. Again, it's quite similar to those other songs. It's a bit like, it's a bit kind of chaotic-ish. Then we've got that No 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 at the end that's been repeated. Apparently that was even longer, but they cut it shorter on a, it's longer on a different version or something. It's a bit much, but sometimes I don't want to listen to Iron Maiden. Maybe it's just like this song, I might want to listen to it some other time, and just not at midnight. So overall, I really like the bigger hits, I do. The singles, the ones in the music videos, the ones that people know. I think with a lot of the other songs, not all of them, the ones that I don't really know, like I say, not all of them, they do sound quite samey-same. But I do think I need to listen to them more. But at this moment in time, I do think they sound a bit similar. They don't stand out as their own as much as the other songs. So now I'm going to talk about Me and My Wife. I literally love, every time I listen to it, watch the music video, I just smile because it's just great. I feel like this song itself is a memory because when I first heard it, I couldn't stop listening to it. I was going around the house and just going, Me and My Wife. It used to annoy my mother so much, honestly. Even now, when somebody like says something about wine on the telly, I'm just like, Me and My Wife. Yeah, so as a song, it's got a good beat to it. The video, I think it's their best video, I honestly do. They're so young in it. I mean, when Joe Elliott's opening the curtains and he's like, oh, the light, I can relate to that. You got Phil Collins in the bathroom. I mean, this is one of the videos where he's in it, even though he wasn't like actually in the album recording wise, but he did start appearing in the music videos. Yeah, they're all in the bathroom. I mean, I think he's in the bath. I don't know if Steve joins at one point. They're all in there. It's a bit odd, but it works. I think it's very rock and roll actually. The guitar piece Steve does is spot on. I really do love this song. It brings us, yeah, I've already said that. Joe Elliott actually at one point is using a Hoover as a microphone. I think it's one of the greatest shots ever. done on video, honestly. The thank you at the end, great way to end the song. It's got an almost comical vibe to it for sure. It's almost like they're not being serious, but I like that. It's great. If you literally haven't heard Me and My Wine, go and listen to it. Listen to it a few times if you're not sure of it. I mean, the music video is just brilliant itself. So yeah, that's my review of High and Dry. I will be reviewing more Def Leppard albums. I really want to review Pyromania. Definitely. So that's that. I have listened to their debut album actually. It's very different actually, of what I remember anyway. The next album review. Let me just get the year. See, I always thought 1985 was the best kind of year for kind of music. But actually, it's coming to me that 1987 and 1989 were actually quite good as well. So the next album I'm going to be reviewing is 1989. I really need to do some more 70s stuff, I really do. And it's Alice Cooper, Trash, their 8th studio album. Basically, I've been listening to Bed of Nails loads and I was like, what song's that album off? And then I realised actually that was the album he had. House of Fire, Poison on there. Might be some of the ones I know as well. Only My Heart Talking, I think I might know that as well. Not sure. So yeah, I think that'd be quite an interesting one. So that's the next album review I'll be doing. I know I did mention about reviewing stuff from like Madonna and Bryan Adams. I definitely think I will be reviewing Blue Oyster Cult, not Club, Cult, because I keep calling them Club. Their album which had Don't Fear the Reaper on. I don't even know which one that is. And I will be uploading a video about the best Halloween songs from the 70s and 80s. It might not even be the obvious ones. It might just be even like some Iron Maiden songs or something. That's just appropriate Halloween. Then again, I guess you could probably say most of Iron Maiden songs are appropriate for Halloween. Agents of Fortune. 1976, crikey. Oh, there we go, there's 70s. There we go. Right. That was Blue Oyster Cult I was talking about there, by the way. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Like I say, there will be more Def Leppard reviews. If you like Def Leppard, if you like watching more reviews of Def Leppard, please go and check out my Hysteria video and their latest album, Damn Star Hills. Did a review for that as well. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Take care now. Bye.